The 2022 season did not start well for Mercedes, as the W13 car struggled to win races due to the porpoising issue. After upgrades and changed setups, the car now looks to be on track as Mercedes is finishing higher up the grids, which has revived the confidence of the team and drivers. The W13 car was all over the place during the earlier races. A big upgrade before the Spanish Grand Prix was expected to solve the bouncing issue. However, the car was still bouncing on bumpier roads. In the recently concluded Canadian Grand Prix, the team ended up in the 3rd and 4th spots with less bouncing and more pace in the car, which is expected to help it in the upcoming races. Let's dive into the video to find how Mercedes was able to fix its porpoising issue and its plans to double down on the positive aspects for the races to come. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix was a very difficult race for Mercedes. The drivers suffered from back pains, leading the FIA to intervene in the matter and issue a technical directive to solve bouncing for the sake of drivers' safety. The trend seems to have continued as Lewis Hamilton expressed his frustration and said that the car was undrivable during the weekend of the Canadian Grand Prix. Fortunately for Mercedes, their tinkering with the car finally paid off on the race day, and Lewis Hamilton made it to his 2nd podium of the season, and he was happy with the car's overall performance. His teammate George Russell secured the 4th spot, maintaining his record of ending up in the top 5 positions this season. Talking after the race, Lewis Hamilton said, "It's quite overwhelming to get this 3rd place. It's been such a battle this year with the car and as a team. But we continue to stay vigilant and focused and never giving up, and that's something I'm so proud of and inspired by my crew. So thank you everyone who's here and back at the factory." Although he said that Red Bull and Ferrari were quicker than them for now, but he was confident that he could catch up to their pace, as he went on to say, "But we're giving it everything. We're getting closer. So we've just got to keep pushing, and eventually, hopefully, we'll be in the fight with these guys." Toto Wolff, the team principal, claimed they have gotten hold of porpoising, but the stiffness of the car is now to be worked. "I think in a way we have dissected what we define as porpoising or bouncing, and it is that the porpoising, which is the aerodynamic movement of the car, I think that's solved, and we got on top of this around Barcelona," he explained. It is more that the ride of the cars is really what causes the comments of the drivers. What we see in the cars is just the stiffness. This is what the drivers actually complained about, the stiffness of the car. This is something we need to look at, how we can reduce the impact. And of course, the smoother the track, the better. The lower the curbs, the less we see this phenomenon. I think we just need to put more load in the car, more downforce, and equally do that with a car that is not as low on the ground as we expected. During the practice races, the W13 car looked more or less the same in Montreal as in Baku. Lewis Hamilton was upset with the setup and said that the car was so bad before the race. Luckily, the changes made to the car worked in their favour. Talking about what worked for the car in the race, Lewis Hamilton said that the car already had the potential to pull off such performances. It was only a matter of getting the setup right. They went with the experimental setup and made some drastic changes with the car, which worked in their favour. He told the media after the race, "We tried 2 different avenues, and the avenue I was down was dreadful. So we collated all the data we had and made drastic changes to the setup. It was much nicer today, more in line with what we anticipated, and it was good." When you get a full race distance in, you find a lot of things out about the car and the relationship you have with the car and data, etc. So there's a lot to take from today. Along with lesser bouncing and better grip, the car also had better pace, as George Russell said. "At the end, our race pace was definitely the closest it's been all season. So we'll take the positives. But the inherent performance is still far from where we want to be." After the upgrade in Barcelona, Mercedes was able to get the car in good condition on smoother tracks. However, as Toto Wolff and the technical director Mike Elliott said, the car was not performing well and had bouncing issues on bumpier tracks, as was the case in Monaco and Azerbaijan. The performance in the Canadian Grand Prix has once again shown that the car has gotten better on bumpier tracks as well. Just like in Barcelona, the W13 car is expected to perform well on the Northamptonshire track in the British Grand Prix, especially as the team will introduce another upgrade. Talking about the new upgrade, Mike Elliott confirmed, "We will be bringing new bits to Silverstone. We will be trying to push the car forward, trying to get some pace from the car we've got or from the package we've got, as well as the new bits we are going to add to it." I think at the same time though, we have to be honest with ourselves and say that at the moment, we are just a little bit behind those front runners in Ferrari and Red Bull. And in a normal race, I think it's going to be tough. Whatever happens, we will push as hard as we can. Our drivers will push as hard as we can because we want to get back to winning. We want to win for the team. We definitely want to win, and we want to win for you, the fans. So let's see what happens. The drivers are indeed doing very well. George Russell, rightly known as Mr. Consistency, has maintained the record of ending up in the top 5 positions this season despite the porpoising issue with the car. If they can improve the car further and give a fair chance to drivers to compete with Ferrari and Red Bull, they can give them a tough time. This will not only be good for Mercedes, but also for the fans, as no one wants to see one team dominate this season. The 2022 season has no doubts been tough for Team Mercedes, but finally, things have started to work for them. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes lags only 30 points behind Ferrari, which stands at the 2nd spot and is struggling with reliability issues. If Mercedes can improve the car further from their last outing and add more pace to it, they have a very good chance of ending up higher up the grid in both constructors' and drivers' standings. Let us know in the comments section what you think about the Mercedes future. Will they be able to turn things around and capitalise on the improvements that they made in the Canada? Or was it a one-off and the car's performance will continue to fluctuate throughout the season? That's it for today. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.